Today I'm going to talk about a very frustrating point for many would-be buyers in Toronto's crazy sellers market. It's got people confused, irritated, and up in arms. It stirs strong emotions and resentment, and it's definitely got agents running around the city very, very busy. That's right, I'm talking about underpriced listings positioned as a bidding war to maximize selling price for sellers. And in this episode, I'm going to explain to you why this is happening, why it's 100% legal and absolutely okay to do this. But most importantly, I'll tell you what you can do if you are a would-be buyer in this market and you find yourself in a difficult spot. So stay tuned right after this. It wasn't long ago when you were ready to buy a home and you would look at listings online or you would get them sent from your agent and you saw $499, $699, or even $999,000. And it was expected that you would get the home for that price, or maybe even a little bit less. Fast forward to 2016, and my, how things have changed. Not only are you not able to negotiate down, but putting in an offer at full price, the asking price, the listing price, is actually insulting to the seller. When homes are routinely going for $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000 over the asking price, it says a lot about the strength of Toronto's real estate market, where bidding wars have become the norm, not the exception. My buyers are always asking me, why is this happening? How are sellers and agents even allowed to do this? And is this even legal? And I always respond the same way. Yes, it is absolutely 100% legal, because a home is really only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. Purchasing a home is very different from buying anything else in the world, like toothpaste, handbags, or even a car, where there's direct costs associated to it, plus there's a profit margin tacked on top, unless you're buying from a developer, of course. It's a free market, and the real estate market actually behaves a little bit more like an auction, and sellers can list at whatever price they wish to try to draw in as many buyers as possible. And yes, that is the sole and primary job of a selling or listing agent, to try to get the most money possible on your house. There are two answers to the why question. There's a simple one and a more complicated one. The simple answer for why sellers are doing this is simply greed and being opportunistic. If you were on the other side of the table as a seller, wouldn't you want to get as much money for your house as possible too? I'll bet you would. But the more complicated answer is nobody really knows what a house is worth until somebody actually pays for it. Don't tell that to the appraisers. In theory, if nobody wants to buy your house, then your house is actually worth nothing. It's worth zero, zilch, nada. Have a look at some of the foreclosed houses in Detroit or Cleveland, and you'll know what I'm talking about. They can't even give those houses away. We are experiencing a once-in-a-lifetime boom and run-up in home prices here in Toronto. It's unprecedented. But before things begin to settle down, which won't be for a while, mind you, we don't really know for sure what a house is going to sell for, or what someone's willing to pay for it. Be careful if someone tells you with absolute certainty what that house is actually going to sell for, because the truth is, nobody really knows. The solution is to price it low to try to draw in as many buyers as possible and let the market dictate what the house should be worth. I know it feels a little unethical and it seems a little bit lazy, but it's the truth, and it's the smartest thing that you can actually do if the market conditions are right for you as a seller. Comparables and listing prices are pretty much meaningless in this market here today, where demand far outstrips supply. And so in those cases, all bets are off. The important thing for you to figure out as a buyer is to work closely with your real estate pro to figure out a buying range that you could actually get this property for where you would still feel somewhat comfortable financially. I would probably recommend also working closely with your lender or mortgage broker, or even your parents too if they're helping you out with the down payment. Also, next time, remember to bring a more critical eye when you're looking at new listings that are popping up on your screen. Because if it's severely underpriced compared to everything else you're seeing, then there's probably either something seriously wrong with the house, or it's being underpriced to try to draw you in deliberately to suck you into a frenzied bidding war. So just like the old cliche says, if something looks too good to be true, likely it certainly probably is, especially here in Toronto. So if you need my help, please give me a call, send me a text, hit me up on YouTube or Facebook. I'd love to represent you on your purchase, and I'd love to give you the right counsel and advice when it comes to buying your next house. So until next time, guys, hope you're enjoying the heat. Happy buying and selling. Take care.